Good morning, everyone. Today is Friday and it's Transition Friday, and we are talking about doing dishes. And this morning, I'm going to show you how to wash the dishes if you don't have a dishwasher or if you're using bigger pots and pans. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some soap in the sink, turn the water on, and use my sprayer to make some bubbles. We all love to make bubbles. So this is how I get the soap activated and ready to wash. Now I don't have to fill up the whole sink. I just put maybe a couple inches of water in there. That way I conserve water and I don't have to fill it up. Alright, so as you can see, I've got a lot of bubbles there. Now I usually use two things to clean my dishes. This one here kind of gets some of the hard to get off stuff, and I use it on my cast iron. And a simple cloth is what you can also use for some of your pots and pans. I don't put them in there all together because, sometimes I have knives in there and they, might poke you. So what you do is you kind of put your stuff in there, rub your cloth around in the soap, and then I give it a nice rinse. So you want to rinse all the soap bubbles off. You can use a spray nozzle if you have one. Kind of helps out quite a bit. Then I turn the water off to conserve water. Now these two pots I'll put in together. This one here I cooked corn in the other day. I froze some corn from the August time, and it came out pretty good. So I get all my bubbles around there, and then I give it a nice quick rinse. Usually I use warm water. Some people like to use really hot water. Make sure you don't burn yourself. Use a spray nozzle, clean it off, dump the water in, and then I turn my water off again. Now if you look, I get a lot of bubbles on my cloth. Rub my cloth, get all of the grime off our dishes. If the outside might have gotten a little dirty, you see all the nice bubbles on there. I mean, just nice and clean. Rinse it off. Now, when you do dishes, you get soap on your hands, so make sure your hands are rinsed off too. And then I use my spray nozzle. I hope it's not too noisy with my banging of the pot. Use your spray nozzle, get the inside. Make sure you give it a little tap. And there it is. These ones here sometimes get a little dirtier, so I put them both in there, and I use this scrubber here. So as you can see, it's a little loud, but I can get all of the hard baked on grime. This one here, I cooked a salmon fillet. I know Josh loved his salmon. We haven't seen Josh in a little while. And then I scrub it again, make sure you have bubbles. And this one here, and you always double check, sometimes you miss some spots. This one here, I cooked a chicken parmesan yesterday for my daughter. I love those little pans. You can, put them in the oven, they bake well. I rinse out my rag, I fold it and put it on top. Pull the plug to the water. This is my other one. I generally put it, I'll put it right here because it's got to dry. And this is a little catch thing I put in the sink. And there we are. Washing the dishes is done. If you want to let the dishes sit, you can let them sit for a little while. If you want, you can dry them. So let me bring the camera over here. And we are going to dry them real quick. Now, sometimes you could let them sit for a little while, but because I have these ones, I don't want them to sit or they will rust. So we get a clean cloth, go over them. Be careful, they might get heavy. It might get hard. You might want to ask some help from your parents. We dry off our pots and pans, get the inside of it. And usually I let them sit there for a little while, just to let them air dry a little bit, okay? And once they're dry, we put them back away, and we're ready to cook our next meal. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed. And maybe we can help our parents out this weekend by doing the dishes. Alright. And those are ready to be put away.